You want to polish your car, but you're a little confused. Dual action, rotary, gear driven. What pads do I use? What polishes do I use? And when? Well, I hope to clear some of that up for you today. Continue watching. So you want to polish your car and you are totally confused about the machines that are offered. Do I even need a machine? You're confused about the pads, the colors, everything. Compounds, the polishes, the finishing polishes. You're completely and totally confused about it. You're a weekend warrior and all you want to do is get a shine on your car, maybe wax it, maybe put on a ceramic coating and roll down the road. You don't want to spend hours and oodles of money doing it. Or you might be a pro and you're watching this video and you think, can Anthony show me a method or a use of these tools to cut time? Because time is money when you're running a business, right? You want to be more efficient and deliver excellent results. And those two can be a tricky balance. So hopefully I can shed some light into these dark areas. Let's start with the polishers. Now, when I started detailing, there was basically two polishers available for you. One was the Rotary, right? This beast right here. This is a Makita. It's just been through hell and back. Never failed us. Great machine. There's DeWalt Rotary. They made a really good Rotary. Had one of those. Milwaukee. Milwaukee is basically a polisher that could also double as a boat anchor, right? You throw that in it works great. For both of those, big, heavy machine, but never failed you. Works and works. We have one, I just don't know where it's at. I'd like to show it to you because it's bigger than this, heavier than this. Then we had a gem orbital polisher. A gem orbital polisher was this big thing. It was designed for basically fuselage and airplane wings and things like that. Big 12-inch pad. It just kind of oscillated. It was horrible for any kind of correction because once you put a little pressure on it, it just bogged out. Great for spreading glazes and liquid waxes, things of that nature. Two handles, big pad. We didn't have foam pads. We had either wool pads like this, lamb's wool, twisted wool. The synthetic wools, they didn't come out right away. So we just had wool terry cloth bonnets. Terry cloth bonnets, that's right. Kind of like your bath towel. And those would go over the gem orbital and we would do, we would cut the paint and things like that. And then we would kind of finish it out with the gem orbital. There were some polishers like this. I believe it was Wen. Wen had a little polisher, W-E-N, a little palm polisher. I believe Sears Roebuck kind of had one. Once again, only good for really putting on waxes and glazes and stuff because they had no torque. If you kind of got on it a little bit, it would just basically stop working. Eventually, years down the way, Porter Cable came out with something very, very similar to this. Had like a 5 or 6 inch pad on it. You know, the whole Velcro system started coming out with the pads and the foam pads and things like that. It kind of broke open the polishing world in a sense because you could use that whether you're a pro or whether you're an amateur and get pretty good results, right? It had pretty good torque, did an okay job with doing some polishing. Not so much on the correction side, but doing polishing and applying sealants and waxes and things like that. Then we started getting upgraded in a lot of the polishing systems and polishers. You know, we have here these Roops. Flex came out with some. You've got some the Cyclo polisher, which is one of my favorite. Dual 3-inch heads, kind of rotated, oscillated. I thought it was a great machine. I wish I had one to show you. I just couldn't find it. Then obviously we have variants of Rotary, right? So this is a Flex polisher. Nice polisher, trigger control, speed dial right here, or a setting dial. This kind of reminds me of a polisher I used to have. It was a Metabo, made by a German company. Great machine, very, very similar to this. The on-off was up top here with a dial. The thing I don't like about this machine and why I don't use it is because it's got this side trigger right here. It doesn't allow me to use the rotary effectively. What I like, especially on the Makita, great weight, great balance, but I can set this thing up to maybe 1500 RPMs, and with the trigger, I can control it from 600 and then go up to 1500 RPMs, all with just this one trigger. Excellent way to do it. The Velcro pads change out easily. You know, years and years ago, when I first started detailing, these were held on, we didn't have Velcro, right? They were held on with a bolt. So a bolt basically went through here, and then the pad kind of covered it. It sat down. You really didn't have it to worry about it hitting the paint or anything unless you were super, super careless. The dual action polishers like this Roops, great machine. You got your little speed dial right here. They can be pricey. There are models out there that, you know, go a lot less, and they do a really good job also. These kind of spin and vibrate all in one. They're great for mid polishing and your finishing step. They'll also do paint correction. They will cut. There's some myths out there that say they won't, but they will. Trust me. Lately, there has been a rash of these battery operated things right here, which I absolutely hate. The reason I hate them is I don't like the balance. They just don't work for me. They might work for you. For me personally, I don't use it. These ones, I don't use, don't like them. Little extension on this one. All right, I have this one set up for certain areas. This will get into door cups. It'll get into the areas around the rear license plate area. Get into areas like in the front bumper or the rear bumper where something like this has a little difficulty. So that is a brief thing on the polishers. Now, there is big debate, right, where you go online sometimes, and a lot of people will say, well, you're not a true detailer if you don't use a rotary. I kind of think that's hogwash. These polishers do great. They really, really work very well. And you can get great finishes with just this machine. Now, instead of competing this machine with this machine, I believe they complement one another. The rotary has its place. The dual action has its place. They shouldn't, you know, be one or the other. They should be both, right? Learning how to use a rotary is actually fairly simple. It's fairly easy. A lot of people are worried about a wool pad. A wool pad, oh, you're just gonna burn the crap out of your paint. Not true. This wool pad will actually run cooler than this foam pad. This foam pad, making full, complete contact, right, builds up a lot of heat. The wool pad will also build up heat, but at a much slower rate. You got a lot of air passing through this material here. Not so much with foam, right? So they've got their place. They definitely have their place. What I'm going to show you on our Nxtzen Audi project is just how versatile these machines are. Now, I've pretty much polished out this Audi, and but I've left the passenger front door and the rear door. Those are untouched. We're going to do one with the dual action from start to finish, and we're going to do one with the rotary from start to kind of a semi-finish. We're going to see how swirl-free we can get the finish with just the rotary. All right, we're gonna see just how that works. It's much more difficult on a door panel rather than like a top panel, hood, roof, trunk. Those are easier to get swirl free with a rotary. You know, an interesting thing is years and years ago, it was advertised a buff and wax, and a buff and a wax was us using a rotary machine and paste wax. So we didn't have clay we really didn't do a whole lot of paint decontamination prior. There were some products that you could use that, you know, like acid washes and stuff, but really it was a pad, lamb's wool perhaps, and you would take your tin of wax and either by hand or with a spatula or something, and you would just the wax on the pad or to the paint, and you would just start buffing away. And then your car would just be swirled to hell. And that was the downside to the Rotary. So you would have to come by with something else, like an orbital of some sort, and get out those really fine scratches. So let's head on over to the Audi. I'm gonna show you what we're working with, and then let's get started. As promised, we have one unfinished door. This is passenger front. Look at that garbage, right? Then we come over here. This is the rear passenger door. Lots of random scratches, various depths. So we're going to take care of that. One door, we're going to do strictly the dual action polisher. And the next one, we are going to do Rotary, and we're going to do our best to get it as swirl-free as possible from start to finish. Now, it's quite possible your car looks just like this. Remember, this is an Audi 2018. It's black. This paint's got some things going good for it, some things going against it. One of the things going against it, it's black, right? Shows everything. One of the things it's got going for it, it's a metallic, so it kind of hides and camouflages. Much better than just straight black. A straight black, straight blue, straight red is going to show more. You add a metallic to it, it's going to start camouflaging that. That's why a lot of people who don't like these scratches and stuff that start forming, they get silver or white. They're smart. So scratches. Now these look bad. And they look like circles. This is why we call them halo scratches, because they take on a circular form. Really, it's just a bunch of random scratches. The scratches, the edge, the raised edge of the scratch is catching the light, it's reflecting it back at us. All this is improper washing and drying. Maybe it's lived through a little bit of car washes, right? So that's what that is there. Our goal on both of these doors, using a dual action and a Rotary, is going to be to take what I call all this chaos stuff here, right? All these random kind of scratches, and we're going to cut it. That's the real term for polishing. It's cutting. And this light is horrible. Let's get rid of that. So you cut the paint, or you level it. If we have a scratch, all right, we got paint and we got a scratch, really, we're not removing the scratch. We're just taking the paint away down to the level of that scratch. So we have effectively leveled the paint down. The other term is cutting. I'm gonna cut the paint. My goal is to take all of this chaotic nonsense here, and I want to organize it. So I'm gonna need to get something liquidy for that. But anyways, I want to take a lot of this stuff, and you'll see it when I show it to you, and I'm gonna make it uniform. So all of this random stuff, I'm gonna cut down, and we're gonna be left with a uniform scratches, I guess you could say. The next step after that, we're going to refine it. I'm going to show you how I do this. We might be able to do it in 2 to 3 steps, but I'm also going to show you what can be done in just 1 step with the dual action. Both sides. My goal is to take all of the random scratches and organize them, and then start reducing them from there. Sometimes that's done in, very rarely done in 1 step, but sometimes it's done in 2, sometimes 4 steps, right? So let's get started, see how it looks. All right, here we are. Rear passenger door, dual action polisher. I have the Nxtzen cutting pad on here, and I'm gonna use just this blue pad and the emulsion. There will be no abrasives used except for the pad itself. We're gonna see how it looks. I'm gonna show you a picture of what it looks like before, and obviously then what it looks like afterwards. I'm kind of anxious to get started. Let's see what happens. What speed would I use on a polisher like this? I generally go right about 4. Sometimes up, 5, 6, but 4 really gets it kind of done, just about what I need it to do. So once again, we're going to start right here. Let's see what we have. Hazed up, random scratches everywhere. Once again, I'm going to do this area right in here. Barely toasty warm. I'm going to bring the camera in a little bit closer, kind of a different angle, see what we got. Once again, here we are. This is unfinished, untouched. We haven't polished anything right here. There we go. Now there are still some faint scratches in there. The metallic is going to hide it. I think I'm going to use, in this area right here, I'm just going to go with the medium, my medium mix right in this area here. And let's see what it looks like. This is a little combo of the Nxtzen Cut Master medium and coarse. Once again, directly to the pad, I'm gonna do just this section right here. This is what we're looking like right now. I'm sure the camera's able to pick that up. All right, so we have some hazing, and it's just, once again, surface scratching. There are some deeper stuff in there, and this is not gonna remove that deeper stuff, but this will level out what we have on the surface. Now in my normal process, I really wouldn't remove this. What I would do is I would switch pads. I would probably just add a little bit of emulsion, and then I would continue. I would go down to maybe our yellow pad. Just depends on the paint system I'd be working on. But that would allow me to kind of refresh the abrasives that are already there. But the abrasives are kind of already starting to break down after this much heat and friction to them. All right, so really light haze, and I'm guessing that the camera probably won't pick it up, but I'm just left with a really, really slight haze, and I'm gonna bring the camera across, kind of let you see what the blue pad with the medium looks like versus the blue pad with just the emulsion. Now, to the untrained eye, this, great, looks good. If you've been doing it for a while, your eye is going to pick out that there are some longer scratches here and there in this than in here, but there's just a slight haze left in this one that the next step would come along and take care of. But it's really hard to see it. So let's get a closer look. Now, this is our section with just the blue pad and the emulsion. Looks good. Try not to get so much light in the camera. And then we'll come across here to what we did one step with the medium. This would be ideal for a one step, especially considering when we move over to the untouched, what we have. So I'm going to finish out this door, and I'm going to basically use a wool pad, the blue Nxtzen pad with a yellow pad. When I get to the yellow pad section, we'll start filming again. All right, we're going to continue on this door. Emulsion, yellow pad. We could go with a red pad. Red pad's a little bit coarser. I'm hoping that the yellow pad finishes out just about near perfect. I've got a very, very slight haze in the paint, which is really good. I've basically taken all of the random stuff, tried to organize it down into much smaller stuff. Hopefully this step, the emulsion as a lubrication, the pad as my abrasive, will level out the rest of it. All right, we're gonna wipe this section down and see what we look like. All right, here we go. This is the area that was previously hazy, and we cleared it out with emulsion and a yellow pad. Now, there's a couple of really deep scratches that go along this way. Those did not get removed. If we went a little bit more aggressive, went a little heavier, we probably would. I don't know if the camera picks them up, but they're really long scratches there. But I think that looks really, really good. Do a prep solvent on this, and it's ready for coating. Let's see. Now it's just a little oily from the polish. Need to do a better wipe down right there. But I think it's going to come out looking really, really good. Now this would be considered a two-step. We did the first step, blue pad, and we did a light polish with it. Let's continue on. Quick reminder of what paint looked like prior. This is the driver's. This is the passenger side door. And as we come across, you can see right here, this is the haze I was getting from the cutting pad with the finishing polish, the Nxtzen Cut Master finishing polish. That's the haze I was getting. It's a great look, and it's easy to remove once done. Then this is the finished door. It's got a little bit of residual oils from the polish, from the emulsion. The Nxtzen prep solvent will take care of that, and then get us ready for coating. Huge improvement, I believe. Once again, this was prior. And this is what a two-step did. Really, really nice. It's gonna look great out in the sun. So we just saw that the dual action polisher is very, very capable of doing paint correction, polishing, finishing out just fine. It's safe to use. You don't have to really worry about it kind of getting away from you or anything. It's kind of foolproof. Now, it can get you into trouble if you're not paying attention to certain things. But all in all, it's a great tool to have. They come in different shapes and sizes, different price points. So take a good look around and at the different options that you have, and do some reviews on it. But if you kind of follow what I just did there, you're going to be great. Also, the Nxtzen Cut Master system, super versatile. Kind of mix and match as you want, as you need. Next up, we're going to be doing the Rotary, this bad beast right here, and I'm going to show you on this door panel right here just how I go about using this. Like I said, hopefully start to finish. We might need the dual action for the very, very last step. We'll see. All right. So thanks again for watching. I appreciate it. Please leave me a like, a comment. Yeah, do comment below. I read them all, and I try to answer as many as I can. Thank you very much for watching. Y'all take care.